Opties! Today we're going to do a construction of perpendicular lines, and it's going to be through a point not on the line. So we're given a line and a point, and we want to make a line perpendicular to the line through that point. So if we want to do that, we have to start with a line. So just make a line. I usually like to make my lines kind of lower, the bottom, or middle-ish, and make a random point. And I usually try to make the point not kind of in the middle of these 2 points to make sure people know that it can be like any random point. It doesn't have to like look like it's in the middle or anything. Okay, so now we want to, we're gonna make a circle. So we can make points on this line that are equidistant, so equal in distance from this point. So we know for the Desmos tools, we have to make a radius first. So here's one. If you wanted to, you could make this segment or radius go to that point or this point, but it makes it a little easier to look at if it's a little bit shorter of a distance, and that would be a super long distance over here and longer over here. So this one works fine. So we can make our compass tool work by clicking on that segment, and we want to make that point that we're trying to go through our center. So notice we have two intersections. The circle intersects that line twice, and one of them we already had, and here's the other one. So both of these distances here are a radius of this circle, and which means that they're both equal in distance or equidistant from this point, because remember, radii are always equal to each other. So we're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is make a segment that's more than half the distance between these two intersection points. That way, when we draw our compass, they're going to intersect it exactly in the middle. So that's what we're going to go for. So I made that segment. It's hard to see, so I'm going to change its color. Let's make it black. And now I'm going to use our compass tool. So click on that segment length, and I'm going to make the center be right here on one of the intersection points, and I'm going to copy that to the other intersection point as the center. So you see how we have an intersection above and below the line, and see how it's directly in line with this point, and that's what we want, because we're trying to find another point that's in the same exact line as that point to make it perpendicular, because remember, we're making perpendicular lines. So all we have to do now is finish with making our perpendicular line. We've already got our tools. We've got that point, and then if we go through this point, that's our perpendicular line. Let's check that's perpendicular by measuring the angle. We see that's 90, which is awesome. And let's move around our point to see how much it stays 90. So if we move that point, we can move it up and down like diagonally or left and right. And we see no matter how we go, unless you go like this and there is no intersection anymore, which would erase the line because it's based on the intersection of the two circles, we've got that 90 degrees. So we have made perpendicular lines, and we see that it still stays through that point the whole time. All right, Opties, that's it for perpendicular lines through a point not on the line. See you next time.